So I just want to go over a few of the risk tools with the VWAP Predator automated strategy builder. So the Expert VWAP Predator ASB is a automated algorithmic software. Works for NinjaTrader only because it's very complex. It needs a lot of power, so that platform works very well there. But it has a lot of risk tools in there to minimize risk and help you optimize for those best moves. It's also intuitive because it has moving or automated support and resistance zones and a confirmation tool for confirming signals. So let's go through this. So this was a trade overnight. I woke up this morning. This trade happened. Although it says 8 p.m. there, I live in Dubai, so this is 8 p.m. EST. I was just fast asleep then. This trade was only on around about 8 minutes and made $1,506. So one of the things we can see here is the price action from the reopen was just bouncing on this confluence zone of support and resistance here. Eventually it broke through. Then we get a sell signal at this point here with a VWAP Predator. So we've got lots of fresh air with down to the next support zone, this little yellow zone here. Plus also the buy step EPAP is all red. So that's a confirmation tool on 6 different time frames saying, yes, everything's bearish, go. So it takes it automatically. And I want to go into a little bit more detail now about that risk. So let's have a look at this. So on the left here, the entry and exit parameters. So these are some of the filters that our users can change to help optimize to get the best move for the instrument. This is gold that we're talking about right now. So one of the things that we look at is the minimum risk and the maximum risk. So it's important that we make sure that the risk is a certain amount for that minimum risk, otherwise it could just keep tipping us out, especially when you see these VWAP and extensions really close to each other here. So I want to make sure it's over 15 ticks in this case and a maximum risk of 50 ticks. So in this situation here we can see from entry down where my cursor is to the stop, which is on it's 2 extensions behind. These are VWAP extensions. So from signal here to the stop is 26 ticks. So, you know, it meets criteria of the algorithm. It's over 15, it's under 50. Brilliant. Okay, so it takes us in that first trade because, again, with that risk element, we have those automated support and resistance zones, and we've got lots of room to trade into. And then we've also got that confirmation tool saying you need to be, you know, in this case where it says required heat map, it's 5 out of 6. It was 6 out of 6 in this time, so it took it. The next is with the VWAP ASB, because this is a momentum type of strategy, if we get signals following that initial signal, we allow the users to add more contracts, and it did in this case. So when we're allowing more contracts, multiple contracts, we need a max bars from last entry. In this case, we've set that to 6, okay? And then a maximum ticks from last entry is 20. So we can see here, this signal candle from that first one is only 2 bars away. So it meets that first criteria, and it's no more than 6. And then it's only 8 ticks with this measurement here from the previous entry. So that is less than the 20. So it meets that filtration criteria. Also, that third criteria that we always initially talked about was that minimum and maximum risk, which still needs to meet that criteria also. In this case it was 24 ticks, so it's greater than 15 and less than 50. So there's a lot of filtrations that happen very quickly to ensure that it meets the best optimized criteria that our users pull for the specific instrument. Then we can see this blue line down here. So this is how one of the trade management tools, the P&L protections, you can see in this box here. We can have a max profit of 2,500 a day, for example. But in this situation, this was an 8-minute trade, and you can see it started to pull back here. So what we used here is what's called a trailing max drawdown. So the daily strategy profit amount. So it resets on the close each day. And what we're saying is when we've optimized it over the last 90 days, once we get over $1,750 in profit, remember this was 2 contracts, so it didn't take long to get there. All of a sudden then we actually say, do you know what, if it then comes back by $350, we want to get it out because we want to make sure that we're locking in profit, and we don't want to withstand any pullbacks because this is a momentum strategy. It needs to keep going. So in this case, we ended up taking $1,506. So add $350 to that, it actually went to around about $1,856 in the end. But what it does is manage it. Once it goes over $1,750, it just manages $350 behind and then takes it. And then you can see on the chart we have this VWAP Predator Trailing Max drawdown hit at 350. It's like a light blue. We get a light blue here, we get a light blue at the top, and the light blue on the chart saying no more trading. And that's very important because when we've done our optimization, and again when you lease this automated strategy builder, we have a masterclass, lots of masterclasses, and actually the video you're watching now, although it's a short one, will be added to that masterclass because it's very important that we keep that continual training going. It just won't trade for the rest of the day, and that's what we've found the best case scenario when we've actually optimized gold for this instrument. So hopefully that gives you a quick insight in some of the risk tools in the Expert VWAP Predator automated strategy builder. So check out the links below to lease this incredible algorithmic tool, but it's also intuitive. So it has those automated support and resistance zones to make sure that we're not trading into trouble, but also has that confirmation of those signals and has that very, very strict criteria for risk when we're looking to taking those trades and adding more contracts. So check out those links below. Hopefully this video helps.